Will that be cash or credit? No, charge! Charge, my good man. Welcome back to Game of Play Super Metroid. As you all know, the Metroid is the antagonist. Well, not really. You know, it's kind of a weird artifact how it's like, at first it's like, Metroid's everywhere, and then it's like, sometimes Metroid. And then it's just like, whatever. It's just a good name. It's just good business. Can't open that door yet. It's gonna have to wait its turn. There's probably some other stuff you can do that way. Unless you want to get your shit kicked in, but yeah. Going up that way. Gonna charge with my beam. Going up sideways. Other thing is like, you know, all the different weapons you can have, like, in the menu, you saw how there was like certain equipment. You can turn some of that on or off. And this is important if you want to just change up your playstyle. Particularly with the beam types. Charge beam notwithstanding. Like, charge beam combines some, like, elemental beams you get in this game. Can do various things. Which aren't necessarily important, but they're, like, got, like, you know, special powers that you can use. Speaking of special powers like that, there's also one that involves destroying a lot of... There's a lot of extra special techniques that almost never come up in normal play. That are probably not going to be used by me. But, again, when I get to a ROM hack, some of them I'm just going to have to use in order to actually do the game. But we'll get to that bridge when we get there. These guys have a few variants too. Look, they're little, like, dragonfly xenomorph thingies. What's that? Metroid's an alien reference. Oh my god! Feed me, Seymour! I'm Samus. No, feed me! I'm not the voice of Mother Brain. Well, then what are you? Feed me! Delicious. It's like some kind of mutated Venus flytrap thing. You can kill its spores for goodies. Just, like, hunker all your missiles into it. If you really think you're gonna leave this room right now, no you're not. You're stuck here, and you're going to have to live with that. Please be patient with me. I just gotta fire all the missiles inside. The way it kind of opens up reminds me of that boss of Donkey Kong Country 3. What was it, Barbados or whatever? That lobster mollusk lady thing. It just opens up, and then you shoot it. Although I have to wonder what it is I'm shooting in the plant, because maybe it's got, like, eyeballs inside? And it's got a giant mouth. That's pretty clear. And, you know, carnivorous plants are kind of amazing. I actually tried some one time. Eventually they died out, like, within a few years. But I mean, like, say you have, like, insect problems. Venus flytraps are the way, my friend. So, at least when you're killing the insects, they provide food for a plant. And I feel like this is the best compromise ever. So, yeah. I can't think of another game in which I would talk about a Venus flytrap, so that's what's happening. Actually, I think that one Batman game would have a Venus flytrap in it versus Poison Ivy. That's about it, though. That's about it in terms of Venus flytrap content. Go watch your favorite Venus flytrapper YouTuber today. Getting on YouTubes. Show them what's what. Alright, it looks like it may have died. You know, I'm not an expert, but it may be dead. And I can use it as a platform and get the hell out of here, because it's turned into the autumn zone. Step into the autumn zone! No leaves to be found. Oh. Tell me what the prize is. I want to know the prize. Surprised yet? Nah. It's like missile, but better. Super missile. So, yeah, the super missile is a much stronger missile. Try not to use them all willy-nilly if you can help it. I obviously need them to open green doors, though. And, these, like... There's, like, walls in the game. Some of them are blue, which you can just hit. And the green ones, which you need a super missile for. That's what these are for mostly, but... You know, I definitely use them on bosses, for sure. which is why they're not going to be used too much unless it's like against a big honking, chonking enemy. Or, if you want to be silly or cool, those red doors that require 5 missiles will also open up with 1 super missile, which is kind of cool, actually. You don't need to do it, but I like that you can do it. Assuming that I'm remembering it right, because I haven't been doing it in this playthrough. Open up, Sesame! But make sure you have some way of getting super missiles regularly, because, again, the reload chambers do not supply with super missiles. There's another way to get all your stuff supplied, and that is to go to your main ship, and that restores everything and saves your game. So I'll do that a few times. Even though you can tell I'm, like, pausing in between videos, but don't worry about that. Mostly because I haven't died, so I'm just saving out of habit because I want to show off where the save rooms are, and I just feel like, you know, if this and this happened, maybe you should save here. You know, it's a good habit. Yeah, this is kind of one way. At least for now. We can correct this later. I know. I hear these cactus things. They tend to drop missiles and super missiles. And there's 3 kinds of them. So these are the green ones. There's also blue ones and red ones. Red one being like in a fire and the blue one being in a water area, so to speak. Oh, you know, there's like 4 major bosses associated with like the Super Famicom controller. So there's like yellow, blue, green, red sort of thing. I don't know if anyone's ever noticed that before, but yeah, it's true. And the order we're going to address them in is green, yellow, blue, red, the classic. Those things are annoying because they suck on your energy and you can only kill them with bombs. But if you don't want to get near them, well, that's your prerogative. I'm going to reload the energy. Put the caffeine into my arm. It's like you load up the plasma juices in my IV and bam, superpowers coming out of my hand. Seriously, what's it like to have a gun grafted to your hand? It would make going to the bathroom difficult, I suppose. Like, if you wash your hands, you have to take the can off your arm. Is it detachable? What's up with this? Like, even in games where, like, Samus's body is at risk, the arm cannon was always attached. I mean, wait, Zero Suit Samus doesn't have the arm cannon. Okay, never mind. Yeah, just taking a little detour. Nothing to see here. It's time to go down again. Why am I going down even further? Well, technically I probably could move on without this, but there's a thing you should be getting. We're gonna get the thing. Yeah, this is definitely the intended route for anybody playing the game. So let's see how that turns out. Unfortunately, I can't get the map for this place right now. But I will. I promise. Alright. And we got that. Also, don't try to wander too far off because this place is hot. And you will die. The way to know if the area is too hot is you have that, like, the air... You know when the air moves when you're, like, at a barbecue and you're cooking something? Yeah. That's how you know it's too hot for the Samus. Seamus! Seamus Sharon! And I got more energy. What could I do with that? Definitely a good reason to come down here. I could never do without enough health in my databanks. All the databanks, my friends. Stay data, my banks. Stay banks, my data. Stay banksy. Become one with the bankers. No. Present you with this item. Has passed down from my people. High jump boots. We jump higher. That's it. I know, it seems like it'd be pointless at first, but it's useful. So, use it. And, you know, once upon a time there was an area where I turned the high jump boots off because it was inconvenient with the water in the way at the time, but I don't need to do that now. And have some free missiles. Yes. Yes, I let the thing chime every freaking time. I don't skip the chime. You do not skip the Metroid chime. You never skip the Metroid chime. Get out of here. I know speedrunners have to, but I'm like, no, man, that's part of the game. It's like in Zelda when you pick up something, it's like doo 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 doo. You gotta let that play. It's like it's tradition. It's a gesture of goodwill between the bounty that I'm hunting for. The bounty that I get. Actually, does Samus get paid? Like, she likes to hunt things, but is she paid? Is there like some sort of intergalactic police contract she worries about? Obviously, something like that has been represented in like the Federation Force, but we don't really go into a relationship between what's being monetized for her in terms of how she makes money to kind of go around space, because I don't know what she does with her time other than get fucking ripped. So let's go. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going back up this way first. If you know this game, you'll probably know why. It's a thing I want pretty early, which is pretty fucking good. Let's go get it. Again, it's a great early thing to have, so let's get it early. It's the Spazer. I bet you want to ask me what the Spazer is. I don't actually rightfully know. I know just makes your beam better. So you can do more damage with it. For some reason, though, at a certain point, the Spazer beam will get replaced. I don't actually know why that is, but in some ROM hacks, they make it so that you can combine the Spazer with everything else, which I approve of, so yeah. Technically, you can make it so that you can have the Spazer on with, like, I think it's plasma that turns it off. But, yeah. You may notice with my charge beam that I have this, like, pseudo-invincibility, so one hit of invincibility on me when I'm charged up and jumping around like that. I do that on purpose, because that's my sole use for using the charge beam in this playthrough. I don't really have other need to use it any other way. It's not like it sucks in health like in some other games, which I like, but this doesn't do that. This is, I don't know what this is. The thing about games is that can be abstract and defy explanation. Oh well, says I. It's never stopped me before. Try playing Knuckles Chaotic sometime and try to describe the levels in that game. You can't! Except for maybe the Marina one. Because boats. Everything else makes no sense. Doo-doo-doo. The save room that everybody needs. When you save the game, and you do. Look at you. We are also about approaching 30 years since this game was released. So I imagine there'll be some sort of ADGQ event or some shit associated with that. That would not surprise me. Some people just play this game constantly. I'll be like, that's cool. What's going on down here? Obviously, it's a something. It's a thing. Hey. Hey! Excuse me, Mr. Man. I'm going down. Well, that's the NES size, though. That's the NES size. Shh. Alright, so for these eye doors, you can do a couple things. You can either shoot them with missiles 3 times, or shoot them with one super missile. And that'll end it pretty quick. I'm just going with the 3 missile route, because again, not using super missiles unless I have to. Especially when I only have 5. See, I kind of had to there. Just so I can recharge everything right before. You know it's coming. There's a boss coming. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so generous right now. Suspicious video game generosity. A tried and true way of telling the player that, yo, something's going on. It's not for your own benefit, it's there as a warning. Hello? Anybody here? Oh my god! It's Godzilla! No, it's not. It's Kraid. Try your Gator Kraid today. It's got electrolytes on it. And an energy tank in every bottle. So you want to hit it in its head until the mouth opens and then hit it in the mouth. You can imagine if you just had the right amount of super missiles, it would just go the fuck down. Here we go. It's a big guy. He's huge. You're huge. That means you have huge guts. Rip and tear. It is kind of funny. This is the first major boss. This is trying to be like as intimidating as possible. It's really not. I think that is kind of strange, but this boss is really fun. It's like, whoa, look it out! Here I come! Whee! I don't even understand biology. Who cares? It's cool as hell. I don't know why the Metroid bosses sound like elephants, but they sound like elephants. Just, you know, stock effects. Ask the Foley artist, I don't know. Who's Foley? Valia suit, which is a mistranslation of barrier suit. But we keep it as Varia suit for reasons. This is how Samus traditionally looks. Like that. Now you can survive those heat areas, and you take half damage. There'll be another suit later. Suit up. Which means next we have to go back to Norfair to commit some warfare. Is that fair or not? Nor this. Nor unfair. Well, I guess we're not going to hear that cool introduction music anymore. Oh well. Next time I do a Metroid ROM hack, you'll know. It'll be like, hey, there's your boy. So. The last time I did a serious playthrough of this, I did it all in one shot. Which, you know, I should never really be doing. I hit the door with my hands. Oh yeah, whenever you kill a boss, there ends up being a door that opens specifically when you kill that boss. This is the first one of said doors. Let's take care of it. It's got these guys that are gonna annoy me. I think I tried missiling them once, that doesn't work. You can, however, do other stuff to the... Oh. Wait, there we go. Aye, more energy. That's the Harkitade you were supposed to give me. I guess I'll have to take it from your cold, dead, several hands, appendages things. I don't get the logic of the boss doors, or not the boss doors, just doors that only activate upon death. It's like, are they connected to their heart rate, or life signs, or vitals, or what? I understand the gameplay reason. It's like, go kill the boss. It's like, alright. But it's not like any other door where you need so-and-so item. You have to do another thing first. I guess we call those event doors in the nomenclature. Conditional doors. They open on one condition. Anyway. Shit's hot. That's some hot shit that you have there in your Metroid game. Would be a shame if someone were to burn it up alive. So if you're a fan of, like, Lethal Lava Land, you know who you are. This is your place. It's all burn your ass world from here. Well, this part anyway. And we'll be going back at least a few times, too. My goal right now should be at this point... Oh, I know one big thing that's here I need to get. That's a, the speed booster. That's right. We want that speed booster. I want to run like hell. Would you think this is a blind through? No, I do not do blind playthroughs. I come to the conclusion if things are done blind, you always have assistance from prior knowledge, because it's cumulative. Like, try doing algebra blind, and then you realize, oh, you know some of the concepts of math, and you're like, oh, well, what if I just did math blind? And then you're like, well, what if I just did learning blind? So, I try not to think of blind playthroughs too much in my experience. Especially for games that punish you for not knowing anything about it. People that don't read instruction manuals or wikis or anything. Or the feel-good items that give tips, like secret codes and code wheels and shit. It's like a lava seahorse thing. Interesting. I wonder if that means the males get pregnant.
In here, please. I must show you the save of my people. The save of my people is thus.
I wonder how save chambers work. What do you think? It's like, I'm dead. Oh, wait, here's another clone of Samus coming out of the save chamber. Oh, shit. At least that's my theory. It was clones. A clone did it. Considering the cloning capacity in the franchise, that wouldn't surprise me.
Not necessarily for the better.
If I went to the other side first, I have to waste some time going around. But that would not deter me. It would just be more wandering. This background is interesting. It's all boobles. I can't go down that way. I can go down this way, though. Into the ball! Yeah, that's how a lot of this game plays out. It's like, we need a reason for you to use the ball, which is to go into these little corridor thingies. Just kind of changes up the gameplay a little bit, but...
Hey, what if you could just play the whole game only in more ball? That'd actually be kind of fun.
Especially if you know how to do the infinite bomb jump. Then the sky really is the limit. Sometimes not even then. Here's some rechargeable enemy dudes. Thanks, dudes.
Just showing that for whatever reason.
Reasons that I go down to your mother. Here's the most dead-end room behind the door in the game. But no, it's to recharge your stuff. Maybe the next time I come back down here I'll do that, but nope. And these backgrounds, man. These backgrounds, man. Uh-oh. Some kind of magma monster. I think this magma monster is what's referred to in Kirby 64, actually. You ever thought about that before? I bet you haven't. Yeah, you know a Neostar, which is basically Norfair in the Kirbyverse.
I want to go to the door.
But it's yellow. I want the door! Sorry. Doors open for my benefits. My benefits packages. There's a bit of an eruption there. We don't want to worry about that, so just hurry on up before you die. Not that you're too rushed, but really you should not hang around. I like to see an eruption timer in this game. That might be helpful. It's weird how the eruption will just stop until you come back to it and be like, oh yeah, eruption. Here we go again. Yay. Right. Just ride this thing gently. And then it goes down as it tries to hold my weight. Well, I'm sorry, but, you know, Super Metroid is like... Or Samus is like, you know, 90% muscle, so I'm sorry she's weighing your platform down. It's all density. Muscle density. What's this about? Oh. I don't need to go there yet. I shouldn't be going there yet. Nah, we'll take care of that later. While this seahorse struts around looking fancy. I am pressing all the wrong buttons. Alright. Shoot, shoot, fire. Shoot, shoot, fire. There's specifically one part of this game that I did not understand when I first played it. You might know what I'm talking about. I technically saw it already. But, you know, nothing in my current knowledge helped me until I just understood that was a thing, and I just had to remember that being a thing. Something to think about when you're playing your routes is, like, weird ways of getting around that aren't immediately obvious. Even with the tools that would help you deal with said things entirely. I know. Oh! Alright, let's make a run for it. Rolling around at the speed of Samus. Got places to go, got the speed boost to get. This isn't running yet. Oh, hang on. Missiles! I just remembered that shit was. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I got even more missiles. Now I can sell them to my constituents for money off the black market.
There we go.
Speed booster! You got boost power!
It lets you run. And shit. Running is great. Watch this running shit. We're gonna have to escape an eruption by running as fast as we fucking can. Woo! You know you're running fast when you have after images. That's the only way to know that fast is cool. So yeah, the lava doesn't overflow into the door. It's as if it never happened. Strange, I know. Strange, isn't it? This looks like a good stopping point. I did just get the speed booster. My time is looking quite chunky. Yep. Just reminding you of all the stuff I have. Specifically that charge. I still forgot what the spacer means. Sorry. But you want that spacer. You want those speed boosts. This is productive.